Do you struggle with self-confidence? Today, we're going to talk about 5 keys that are going to help you. I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the 2 things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life. What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and I'm excited that you joined me today because we are going to talk about the 5 keys to improving your self-confidence. Now, here's the thing. Improvement is difficult, and most people shy away, so think about it for just a second here. What is it that you want to improve your self-confidence for? Because there's going to be a little bit of hang up. You've already decided that your confidence is at a certain level. So on a scale from 1 to 10, where are you in terms of your self-confidence? Now, here's the thing. When you're needing to be confident, usually it's for a thing. And whatever that thing is, maybe it's teaching something. Well, in almost all cases, it's teaching something. But you're needing to be confident in maybe presenting for a show or for a dance that you're doing or for a business presentation or a sale, or maybe you're just teaching somebody a skill. Any way you look at it, your self-confidence is going to improve the way that somebody else is taking in information. Even if you're dealing with your children, right? Your confidence in the matter makes a difference. If everybody goes, all right, let's go out to dinner. Where would we like to go? And you're like, well, I think we should go here. And everybody goes, no, we want to go here somewhere else. But if you go, we are going here, there's some confidence in it. Everybody goes, okay, I guess you've decided where we're going. That's silly and that's easy. And we're going to get in and talk about maybe how to deepen this idea a little bit. I want you to have the utmost confidence in whatever it is you're doing. So let's talk about the ways that you can develop those things. So number 1 on your list, we're going to learn. We have to learn what it is that we're talking about. When you don't know what you're talking about and you try to be confident, it's amazing how people will see right through you. Like literally, it is truly amazing how people will literally just be able to see right through you. So you have to learn, you have to dig in and learn how it is that you're going to do this thing or what it is that you're going to do. See, if you were going to be a blacksmith, you started off as an apprentice to a blacksmith and you got to learn all of the skills and the ideas of how to be a blacksmith. And it was a long time before you became that blacksmith. Either the blacksmith died or you moved to a new town to be a blacksmith, right? And what happened was you went through this process of learning. And this is how we grow. Now, the more you know, the more you need to grow, the more you know you don't know. And so this learning process is part of this idea of being self-confident. Oftentimes, when I talk to people, they actually know way more. And so this is not necessarily a problem. But every now and then I talk to somebody that actually hasn't learned the thing that they're doing. They're trying to be confident about something that they haven't learned how to do. And so it's important that we make sure that there's that learning process. Next, we have to practice. And if we continue to use that blacksmith and apprentice concept, you go in and you learn what it is that you need to do, but you have to practice. Who wants to work with a blacksmith that hasn't practiced? Nobody. Nobody wants that apprentice to do their armor. They want the actual blacksmith to do the armor, right? Because this is a life and death thing. So you don't want the apprentice who's been practicing, right? So you have to practice. You have to practice. You have to be able to not only know the skill, but you have to actually practice doing the skill. And this is a really big deal. And when you do that, that's leading us one more step towards confidence. And those people that haven't practiced are typically the ones that are less confident. When they go to do a performance, when they go to make a sale, if they haven't practiced, they're usually nervous and they don't feel confident. But when you have practiced and you've put the time in, you've learned it, and you know how to do it, it's a piece of cake. You can get up and totally be confident because you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I've done this 100 times. It's no problem. Number 3, you've got to deliver this information. You have to teach it to one, or you have to teach it to many. They say that in most instances, learning the thing that you're doing is best learned and finally learned when you can teach it to somebody else because you understand it at a different level. So you have to practice teaching it. It's okay. Even if you're not great at it, sometimes practicing teaching it is a really great thing. When you're learning something new, if you can teach it to somebody else, you're going to get a hold of it. So you've got to deliver it. So we've got learn, got to know your stuff. You've got practice. You got to practice your stuff, and that takes time, right? Sorry about that. It is going to take time. You've got to practice and grow. Then you've got to practice delivering it, which is teaching it, right? So that you can actually know it at a deeper level and understand it in multiple perspectives. Then we're going to go to number 4. You've got to pretend. Wait, what? Notice the order I did this and am talking to you in, right? Learn, practice, deliver, then pretend. Now, who is the pretending for? The pretending is actually for you, not for them. You already have practiced. You already know your stuff. You've already actually delivered this and gotten time. Now, these aren't particularly like you have to do these in order. You kind of do them all, okay? But as you're pretending, what you're really doing is you're pretending for you, not for them. You're pretending for you. So you're pretending to yourself that, gosh, I know this stuff. I know it inside out. You actually already do because you've already practiced. You've already failed. You've already taught this to people. So really, there has to be a certain element of you pretending for you. That's totally cool, right? Pretend for you, not for them. If you're pretending for them and you don't know your stuff, that's no good. Right? That's no good. There's very few people that can get away with that. And yes, I know there are examples of people doing that. I don't suggest it. Know your stuff. Know what it is that you're doing. Take the time to learn it, to grow in it, to practice it, to deliver it and fail at it. But then when it comes time, you're building this confidence. You're building this confidence up in the background because all of those things build confidence. See, if there's something that you're confident about, it's because you've done it, failed at it, practiced it, tried it. That's why you're confident at it. And that's what we're looking at here. Now let's go to number 5. But first, what was number 1? Learn. Number 2, practice. Number 3, deliver. Number 4, pretend to you, not to them. Pretend to you. That helps you. Pretend that I am the best one ever. Just pretend. Don't believe it. Just pretend. Okay. Now, number 5, purpose. We want to have purpose. Why? Well, because oftentimes when we're trying to exude confidence, it's hard because you want to remain humble, you want to keep growing, you want to keep learning, but at the same time, you have to be able to exude that you know what you're talking about, because when you know what you're talking about, people will listen. When you act as though in the pretending portion that you know what's going on, people go, "You must know what's going on." You know, you could try this somewhere. Go into a mall and go, "Hey, everybody come here. Everybody gather around." And if you do it with confidence, everybody will come over and gather around. And you go, "Thanks for coming. I didn't have anything to say." And they'll be upset. But but if you do it with confidence, you can act with confidence. You can pretend with confidence. But having a purpose will allow you to continue to be confident, right? Because you've learned and you've practiced. Now having some sort of purpose behind what it is that you've learned and that you're delivering and why it is that you're doing this thing, why you're wanting to teach it, why you're wanting to bring this idea across and have confidence. If you have purpose, there is extra drive and extra fire behind everything that you're trying to have confidence for. Okay, so let's go over it again. Number 1, learn. Number 2, practice. Number 3, deliver. Number 4, pretend. And number 5, purpose. And again, these aren't in like you have to do them in this order. These are all the things you need so that you can build confidence in your world. Now, be confident. Go do your thing. Go change the world. You got this. We'll see you in the next podcast. The great Tony Robbins said, success is 80% psychology and 20% skills. Crazy, right? 80% mindset and 20% mechanics? Yet if you're anything like me in your entrepreneurial adventure, you've easily spent 100% of your time working on the mechanics. Listen, even though it's easy to get caught up in the mechanics, we all know we should work on our mindset. But for so long, the mindset tools that have been out there are so complicated. That's why I decided to put together the Mindset Workshop that'll teach you the mindset skills you need using an easy framework that you can learn fast and use for the rest of your life. In this free, live, 5-day Mindset Workshop specifically for entrepreneurs, I'll be teaching the step-by-step process to identify your core challenge that's holding you back from achieving your next big goal. Check it out at marketingyourmind.com.